Welcome back to another episode of the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. Go for good times, go for GoMart. I'm your host, Sports Information Director Jagger Furr, and with me now is head women's golf coach Caitlyn Sturm. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me today.
All right, Coach, you got hired in mid-August. It was kind of late for our coaching hire, especially at this time of the year. What was that process like for you?
Long and stressful. I actually got the call from Coach Skiles and Coach Dye about the opening. Kind of pondered it. I've been coaching on and off for various sports for about 15 years, so never at the college level, but I figured take the chance and apply, and it turned out in my favor.
And then you take on a program that has saw, a lot of success over the years, including 3 straight NBC championships and the top 10 finish in the region. With that, can come some pressure. Do you feel that pressure, or is that something you just don't really concern yourself with?
Yeah, I feel it a little bit. That's a lot to take on in a program that has been so successful. Obviously, before I even applied and interviewed for the job, I did my research on the team, saw the success that they've had over the last few years, and I do feel some pressure. But I also feel that I can handle that pressure. We've got a really good squad this year, good returners who had some solid matches for us last year, and I feel like that they know we've got a target on our back, essentially, with being 3 straight MEC champs, and they're handling that pressure well, I think, too.
And you were able to make your college debut at Wheeling in the Wheeling Invitational. It was also your coaching debut and the team's debut for the season. You won that. What was that like, making your debut and also winning the tournament?
That was huge. Going into that first tournament, definitely felt the nerves, felt the pressure, but went up there. Horrible first day weather-wise, rain, cold, windy. Girls responded well to the playing conditions and the weather and built a very comfortable lead there in the first day. I think we were up 30-plus strokes after day one, and talked to him after the first day and was like, we can't let off the gas here. We got to keep going, keep pushing, and secure that lead, and came out with a big win. And then Elena Seeley also brought home, the individual title for that day as well. So I feel like it also took some pressure off of me, kind of eased the nerves a little bit moving forward with getting the win in my first coaching tournament.
And then you went on to go to the UC Fall Invitational in the ODU Classic, where you finished 4th at UC and 11th at Ohio Dominican. Have you liked what you've seen out of your team this far?
Yeah, so far, I think day one down at UC, I think we just dug ourselves in too deep of a hole. We were down, just to Charleston in particular, we were down 9 strokes. Came out and tied them the second day, shot the same score as them. So I think if we can get better on day one at that tournament, we finish better. We beat them. Always kind of looking at that with them being a conference rival.
Yeah.
And then ODU, again, we had an okay first day. I thought we could have scored a little better. That course was playing very, very tough that day. Longer course, very hard greens, sitting tied for 6th after day one. And we just, from 1 to 6, kind of just fell apart on day 2. Wasn't very pleased with that. The girls, they also weren't pleased with how they played. I know we can be better. They know we can be better. And I think they've had a couple of days of rest now where I was with the B team, and I think the A team's going to come out and respond pretty well after what happened at ODU.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on today, and we'll talk to you here in a few weeks.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pioneer Coach Show presented by GoMart. With me, I have head cross-country coach Dan Meyers. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Jagger, thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, some big news came out last week on the men's side. It's the first time ever being ranked in the Atlantic Regional Rankings. He came in at number 10. What was that like hearing that news?
Yeah, I think, we came a long way in the last 2 years from being one of the bottom teams in the conference to being ranked 10th in the Atlantic region, our first ever regional ranking since we've been in the Atlantic. I think it's a testament to the guys' hard work, just from June until now. I can give them all the workouts and the mileage and all the things that I'm asking them to do, but it's them that go and do it. And, I told them on Friday before we started our quality workout at 6 a.m., I said we can either be a team that's about rankings or a team that shows up and proves it. So, I know that we kind of have a target on us now from some teams that are kind of chasing us and some teams that are kind of ahead of us as well. But, we're really excited, very, very proud of the group, and hoping for our women next to jump into that Atlantic Regional ranking.
And when you race on Saturday, it'll be the first time in over 3 weeks since the team had competed. Do you feel like this is going to help you guys as you start to pick things up back into competition?
Yeah, I think it'll be our guys' first 8K of the year, which is also is a testament to getting ranked without us putting down an 8K yet, which I thought was huge. That showed how good of our performance was at West Liberty in the opener. But yeah, I think especially for jumping up to 6K and 8K distances, I think this September training block has been huge for our group. We have some big weeks ahead, 3 straight weeks of racing. I kind of set it up this way, a little bit different than last year, but Lock Haven's a good one. It's fast and flat. It's a track meet on grass, and we've been prepping the right way. As every team in the league is battling a little minor injuries here and there, some sickness here and there, but for the most part, we're healthy and ready to get after it at Lock Haven. We've trained really well over the last few weeks. Has been some of the more grueling weeks of training, but our focus is on October 25th, so that's why the training has been so tough this month. But we're ready for this weekend, and I can't wait to get back to competing again.
And the Lock Haven Invite was a big race last year. It was nearly 30 teams, and I would assume it would be much of the same this year. What are some expectations out of the group as you look to improve off a strong start to the year?
Yeah, we'll actually see more conference schools the following week at Louisville, but we'll still see Charleston, Point Park, and maybe a few others that I'm missing out, from my thought process right now. But a lot of Atlantic regional schools, especially the schools in the PSAC, we probably awakened a few of them with our regional rankings. So I'm just really interested to see how we stack up in the against some of them, just head to head. A lot of these teams have raced on this course a magnitude of times, and I'm just really excited to see how it goes. Our women are going to be close as well. Like I said, we're chasing a ranking as well, and we're hoping for some big times down there. I really think that the two biggest things on this with this team as compared to last year, especially with a meet with this many runners, is our depth is a lot better. On the women's side, we're not completely healthy, but our number 1, 2, 3, and 4 are running faster than they did last year, and that was a big meet for them even last year. And then on the men's side, just our depth has improved so much. So I think that's going to help us in such a big race.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming right in, and good luck this week.
Yep, thank you.
This fall, GoMart's got your chance to kick your tailgating game up a notch. Now through the end of October, enter GoMart's Get in the Game contest for your chance to win the ultimate tailgate package. Win a $200 GoMart gift card, tailgating supplies, a pop-up tent, a portable grill, and a cooler. It's everything you need to pregame for your favorite team. To be entered to win, head to your local GoMart and scan the QR code in-store. Visit the GoMart app or GoMart.com to learn more.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Coach Show presented by GoMart. With me now is head volleyball coach Kiara Perkins. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, you started off last week with a match against Walsh on Tuesday. You lost 3-0 there. They were just able to really control a lot of the facets of the game, especially early on. Just your thoughts on that one.
Definitely did not come out of the gate how we wanted to, and we talk a lot about energy and the intensity and stuff that we have on our side of the court and really focusing on what we do on our side, and it usually makes the game flow a little bit easier for us.
And then you went to the Lock Haven tournament over the weekend. You had a rough first day against Lock Haven and Bloomsburg. You did take a set from Bloomsburg. It was, two pretty good teams there early on. Just your thoughts on those two losses.
Definitely kind of just going off of our game against Walsh. Definitely did not come out and compete how we know that we can, and I think that was just one of our biggest things that we want to continue to focus on for this season.
And that kind of shifted on Saturday when you beat Goldie Beacom 3-1. It was a good way to end the week. What did you think of the girls' performance in that one?
We definitely, especially coming off of the 2 losses that we had on Friday, it was big for us to be able to turn around and do that. We know usually when we're in a slump and stuff, it's easy to stay in there, but to be able to turn it around and come out with a win, that was pretty big for us.
And you got one final non-conference game on Tuesday at California, PA. Then you'll start conference play on Friday at home with Fairmont State. 2 pretty good teams this week. Cal PA right now comes in at 9-2. What do you want to see out of your team, especially as you head into conference play?
These are definitely 2 competitive teams that we have this week, and really just wanting to see that we can compete with these teams and really just focusing on efficiency and consistency. Those are the key things that we want to focus on.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on in, and good luck this week.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. With me, I have head women's soccer coach J.R. Dodson. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Thank you, Jagger. Good to be here.
All right, Coach, start out the week on Wednesday at Concord with a 4-0 loss. You were held shotless in that game. Just your thoughts on the defeat.
It was a tough one. It was a tough one. I thought we played much better in the second half. Started off a bit slow, but we've been riddled with injuries this year. And that one, I think we had 4 starters out before the game started. So wasn't ready to push the alarm button yet during or after that game. We just got to keep fighting.
And you did that on Sunday. It was a 1-0 loss to Charleston. It was a really good aspect in the point of just how many close opportunities there were. You just couldn't find the back of the net. What'd you think of that game?
I was proud of the girls. We had most of our players back, and then we lose a key player during that game, right after the half. And Madalena, but our girls fought hard. I thought, for the most part, if anybody was watching that game, they would have thought we were the better team. But in the end, you've got to score goals.
And you got West Virginia Wesleyan and Davidson Elkins coming up next. You get Wesleyan at home, and they're coming off a 4-0 loss to West Virginia State. And D&E's coming off a tie with Concord. What do you want to see out of your girls this week?
The same thing we seen last night. Just keep fighting, and we're going to get where we need to be. I think if we just keep fighting.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on today, and good luck this week.
All right, thank you, Jagger.